Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed viewers, today I stand before you to address a deeply troubling and tragic event, the assassination of the CEO of UnitedHealthcare. This event, while horrific, has drawn attention to the simmering frustrations and tensions that many have felt for years. The CEO, a powerful figure in a company that oversees one of the largest health insurance providers in the country, was shot dead in what appears to be an act of revenge against the very system he represented. His company's policies and practices, known for profiting from the suffering of others, had long been criticized for their role in driving up healthcare costs while denying coverage to the very people who need it most. This tragic event speaks to the growing divide between the elite few who control vast amounts of wealth and the everyday citizens who are left to navigate a system that often feels designed to break them. Healthcare, one of the most basic human needs, has been transformed into a profit-driven industry, with companies like UnitedHealthcare placing more value on revenue than on the health and well-being of their customers. The assassination of this CEO is a stark reminder of the consequences when people feel powerless, exploited, and abused by the very systems meant to serve them. It speaks to a broader issue that has plagued many sectors of society for decades: the exploitation of the vulnerable by those in power. When people reach a breaking point, when they feel they have been pushed too far by years of manipulation, abuse, and neglect, reactions like this, though tragic and unjustifiable, become a desperate cry for change. Now, you may ask, why would anyone go to such extreme measures? The answer lies in what I call the Robin Hood effect. When the system becomes so corrupt, and the gap between the powerful and the powerless grows so wide, people start to justify the idea of taking from the rich and giving to the poor. It's a result of feeling as though those in power have stolen from them for so long, and in the minds of some, the only way to rectify the imbalance is to strike back, no matter the cost. This is what happens when justice is not served, when the voices of the oppressed are ignored, and when power is wielded without accountability. When a society fails to address inequality and continues to ignore the pain of its most vulnerable, the consequences can be profound. We must understand that the frustration, the anger, and the rebellion aren't born out of a desire for chaos, but out of desperation for fairness and equity. We must acknowledge that when the elite are left unchecked, when corporations like UnitedHealthcare exploit vulnerable people without repercussions, it creates an environment where the Robin Hood effect becomes more than just a myth. It becomes a reality for those who feel that no other option remains. When you have a society where the rich get richer off the backs of the suffering and the poor are forced to endure endless hardships just to survive, the resulting animosity and division are inevitable. While we can never justify violence or vengeance as a solution, we must understand the root causes that lead people to such extremes. We must demand greater accountability from corporations, especially in critical industries like healthcare, where the stakes are literally life and death. We must push for systems that put people before profit, where no one is left behind or made to suffer for the greed of a few. Let the assassination of this CEO be a wake-up call for us all, a stark reminder that we cannot allow our systems to perpetuate harm without consequence. We must work to create a society that values compassion, fairness, and equity, ensuring that no one is ever again pushed to the breaking point where extreme measures seem like the only option. Thank you for your attention, and let us stand together for a future where justice and human dignity take precedence over profit and power.